Simon & Schuster Audio presents Do I Stand Alone? Going to the Mat Against Political Pawns and Media Jackals by Governor Jesse Ventura. Read by the author.
My first trip to the White House was a humbling experience. My wife Terry and I had flown to Washington for the annual Governors Association Conference, which included a dinner at the White House. The moment we walked in that enormous front door, we just stood there for a moment, in awe. I remember thinking to myself, my God, this is where it all happened. This is where Abraham Lincoln and John Kennedy made history. When you arrive at the White House, you go through a receiving line to meet the president. Then you go into the dining room, where they have place cards that tell you where to sit. To help mix things up socially, you don't sit with your spouse. That makes it kind of fun. After dinner, you go to the next room for entertainment and dancing. When we were there, a swing band was playing. The president and the first lady were dancing all by themselves because everybody else was giving them a wide berth. So I took Terry by the hand and said, "Put your champagne glass down. We're going to dance." We went up and started dancing right next to the president and first lady. We were the only other couple out on the dance floor. I thought, who cares? I may never get this chance again. At one point, I leaned towards Terry and said, "You dare me to cut in?" She gritted her teeth and gave me a look that said, "Don't even think about it." But in hindsight now, I bet she wishes I had. The Clintons are very gracious hosts. I think they would have gotten a charge out of it. After the song was over, the Clintons immediately engaged us in conversation. They're great to talk to. I told them about my very first proclamation as governor, declaring February 15th Rolling Stones Day. They thought it was great. I had them both autograph my menu that night. Hillary Clinton signed it with deep admiration and respect. I believe she was sincere. That's coming a long way from the time she arrived in Minnesota during the gubernatorial campaign and told Minnesotans to put aside the circus sideshow act, which was how she referred to my campaign, and get down to the business of electing Skip Humphrey. I don't hold that against her. She was brought in as a hired gun to stump for Humphrey, so of course she had to say something like that. There are all kinds of things that are said in the heat of battle, but when the election is over, you have to move on.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?